Hey everyone, back with another Rinoa event video. This is going to be the Dino fight. This is the second boss. The first one idea was actually really easy. I didn't bother making a video with that because it was just so simple. Basically, if anybody hasn't cleared it yet, or if you are having trouble, really all you need is magic break and melee attacks, since Idea has high magic resist. That's really all you need, and a healer. It's very straightforward. It's earlier in the event dungeon, so you don't take a lot of damage from trash mobs and stuff like this. So I thought I'd skip to the first kind of real tough battle. The way I want to break this video down is I'll go through the battle, kind of discuss, things as I go along, and then after the battle, everything's finished, I'll kind of talk about my strategy, maybe some skills you can sub in, some alternative ideas, and things like that, because I'm going to assume that not everybody has the same stuff that I have, even though I don't really have that much. And then, just kind of my thoughts on the event in general, and, what people have been saying and what people have been accomplishing as far as clearing content. So let's get started here. So I already have protectga up. I went ahead and started it just in case I had something like that. So I have a lot of blizzard abilities. And then power break. So power break and protectga, this should be pretty easy, just because I took a few days off from the event and everything to farm some orbs. I got Clouds Retaliate up another level. I got Blizzara and Blizzaga up one level each, and I also made Quake. So it's been really helpful getting through, and that's kind of what I was saying in my previous video, that this is actually my second time trying. I failed the first time before I went back and farmed, and it was because I didn't have enough abilities to get me through the fight. So that's why I, stress, don't get frustrated if you can't clear something. It's really not a big deal, to have to go back and farm some orbs and hone some abilities and stuff like that, just so you can clear some stuff that you couldn't before. So while I'm doing this, one note about this particular dungeon is it's 4 battles, and you need 30 out of 36 medals to get a master rank. So what that means is, if we assume, I think it's best to assume that you'll lose 4 medals on this. So you only get, I think it's best to assume that you only get 1 medal for damage and 1 medal for turns taken, just because it's so long and because he does a lot of damage. So in order to get master on this, that means you can only afford to lose 2 other medals on the other 3 dungeons that have trash mobs. So if you get only expert on one, it might be best to start over and go back through it. Try to not, without losing too many medals or anything like that. Otherwise, you won't get master clear, and then if you really want to get it, you'll have to go back through the whole thing again. So it's best, I think, just to bear that in mind, because a lot of people also have been saying, why am I not getting master? Because I got champion and the 3 dungeons leading up to it. But it's not about you're scoring the individual dungeons. It's about how how many medals you get overall. So yeah, Retaliate plays a big role in it. I use it usually to clear the trash mobs as well. and obviously it does pretty good damage on him as well. 2500 boosted. This is very nice damage. As far as the trash mobs and things like that go, you know, don't be afraid to reset. I mean, sometimes you get insta-deathed, or your main healer or your main caster gets silenced or something like that. So if that's the case, you know, don't be afraid to reset. I think it's a pretty common thing. It's certainly common in Japan, and certainly common amongst most people that I talk to. So I don't really see any shame in using the reset method until you kind of, you know, especially if you're trying to go for a master clear. If you take a lot of damage one round or something like that, and you know you're going to lose too many medals because of that one battle. You know, let's say your gauge starts really, really low. Don't worry, you know, just go ahead and restart it and give it another go. So Eris is good to have in this, obviously, because of her ultimate. I cut it pretty close. I probably should have brought Kira instead of Kiraga, because I don't have very many hones of Kiraga. But I did beat it. And like I said, this was actually my second attempt. This was after I went back to farm for the last couple days and get some orbs up. So I actually got 2 on actions taken. So I got master for sure, because I only lost 2 medals in the other one. So I'm 31 out of 35. So it's a guaranteed master. And Angel Wings is pretty nice. I think it's plus 15 magic. Now I'll go ahead and break down kind of what I was using, just so you guys can kind of get an idea for what. So I've cleared all the way now to the presidential residence and the parade float. My thoughts on this are, I'm not going to bother with the parade float. I'd like to give the presidential residence a try. I think with a few more days of farming and hopefully a couple more hones, I could hopefully clear that one without any continues or anything like that. I'd like to get a master on it. The parade float, I'm not going to bother. And, you know, the reason why is I've seen a lot of people clear it now, and I've seen a lot of people talking about how they cleared it. And the minimum number of mithrils I've seen used to clear it is 3. And that's for people who pay to play as well. I'm free to play on this. I've only done 1 11 pull. I want to save my mithril. And the ice ring that you get for Master Clear, I'm almost certain nobody will ever use it. It's 20% resistance to ice spells. Maybe particular bosses that spam ice abilities, it might be useful. But by that time, I mean, in those cases you have, I mean, 20% for one character is nothing, because Magic Break is almost 50%. It's actually, yeah, about 50%. Plus Shellgo when it comes out. That's another, you know, 1/4. So you're looking at 3/4, 75%-ish. 20% isn't really going to add much of anything, and it's only on one character. So it's not, I don't think it's worth it. Most people are just clearing it for bragging rights and stuff like that. But the way I look at it is, if I have to spend a lot of mithril just to clear it, it's not actually content I can clear. That's not to diminish what other people have, you know, accomplished in clearing it. That's just the way that's just the way I would consider myself to have cleared it, is if I can clear it without mithril. And I know that I can't, and I'm okay with that, because actually this is farther than I got in the Japanese version. The Japanese version, I never even beat the dinosaur, the boss that I just showed you, and I never made it this far. And I gave up on the dinosaur and just, you know, quit. So it's, you know, I'm pretty happy with where I've gone so far. Like I said, I'll probably try the next fight, and if I, you know, I'll probably make a video of it and upload it, assuming I succeed and do well. Looking at my gear here, I got lucky, and I've got some decent 5-star armor, which is nice, but Eris, her armor and stuff isn't very good. I have no 5-star weapons. Cloud had Galbadia, sword and armor. Again, nothing. I mean, that's stuff you got in the event dungeon anyway, so it's not like I had amazing 5-star gear to clear all this. Basically, it was just protectga, and that's why I always stress, try to save as many orbs as you can for these spells. This probably would have been possible. This particular build probably would have been possible. In fact, it definitely would have been possible without protectga. So I only needed one healer, and then again, ice. So just spamming ice abilities, and I was only able to, get the damage off that I did because I was able to hone these. So if you need more time to hone stuff, maybe get 1 or 2 more, uses out of some of these abilities, particularly your ice ones. Go for it. Take that time to do it. It's worth it. And so some possible, alternatives you could do to this. If you wanted to do, if you don't have protectga, you can just substitute some abilities you can substitute for protectga. I would say that power break is mandatory. Don't skip on power break. You'll just it's just more valuable than any other skill, just because you need that when he does hit. Even if you blind him when he does hit, it'll hurt for too much. So some possible alternatives would be Dark Buster, obviously, because it has a higher chance to connect than Dark Attack. But if you don't have Dark Attack, or if you only have Dark Attack, don't worry about it. Take Dark Attack in, and use it a couple times. If you use it 2 or 3 times and it doesn't blind him, close the app, reload it until it connects. I mean, that's fine as well. Don't sweat about that. Some other ones. I mean, I could have gone with sleep. I thought about going with sleep instead of protectga, but I decided to go with protectga. So if you have enough for sleep buster, you could put him to sleep. So maybe I could have put sleep buster on Tidus, or not Tidus, Tyro. I could have put it on Tyro or something like that, slept him, and then just spammed all of my Blizzagas and Blizzaros while he's still asleep. Boost Cloud or something like that. Maybe put boost on somebody else or something like that. Get him set up to retaliate, and then just start with a Blizzara Blade, and then just Blizzard Blade rather, and then just start the retaliate cycle going. Those are the 2 best strategies. I think it would be hard. I've seen other people do, like I saw one person did it without a healer at all, but he had he had all 5-star weapons and stuff like that. I think this is a more practical approach, and I wanted to make this because I assume a lot of you guys who watch these and who I've gotten a lot of really kind comments, and I appreciate the really positive feedback, and I'm really glad that these videos help you. And so I'm trying to stay. I mean, this is going to stay free to play, and I'm trying to show you guys ways that you can do this without the amazing gear. Like I said, I don't have any 5-star gear. I didn't even pull any 4-star gear, so all of my gear is 3-star that I pulled in my draw, or stuff that I found, or that was drops, like the killer bow or whatever. So that's it. I hope this was helpful to you guys who have cleared the Dino battle. Congratulations. I hope you guys got Master. To those of you who didn't, go ahead and try some variation. I think this is the best way for I don't want to say poor players, but players with less lower level gear and less honed abilities and stuff like that. I think this is the best way to get through this higher content. Like I said, if I were to stop where I'm at now with the presidential residence, I would be completely okay stopping here, and I think those of you who have made it this far, I think you guys should be proud. I think you've made uh, really good progress into the event, and like I said, even the people, nobody has cleared the parade float without using mithril. Everybody who's even cleared it, not even got mastered, they used mithril. So don't 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 sweat it. Don't worry about that. I think that the biggest challenge, other than the Dino fight, is going to be the presidential residence one. If you can do that, and like I said, that might be worth giving a shot. If not, again, we're getting new dungeons soon, so you'll have a chance to get some more stamina, to level up, to get some new characters, stuff like that. They'll probably release some new relics with the new dungeons, so it'll be nice to see some of the new stuff that we can get. So that's it. And like I said, if I do the presidential video that, and hopefully, keep me posted on how you guys are doing. I like the feedback. I like the comments, stuff like that. I don't always get back to them right away, but I do read them, and I do try to get back to them when I can. So thanks, guys. You make this very enjoyable for me, and I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch these and to consider my input into the game. So take care. I'll see you in the next video.